I've seen magicians performing a trick where something is taken from the audience, kept into their palm or in an envelope, and then later, after that thing is clearly destroyed, maybe concealed inside a box or a piece of cloth, and eventually it is discovered somewhere else. Now that is the general magician. Imagine the similar thing happening in the world of Tommy Wonder, which I saw yesterday, and I exactly described how it went like. So, the magician Tommy Wonder enters and says hello to everyone, to which everyone responds gleefully. Then a gentleman from the stage, from the corner of the stage, comes and hands him over a piece of paper, saying, "Hey, you are having the list? Okay, that's that. My time is up. Okay, it's up to you." Now, the Tommy Wonder wants to tell the audience that there's something they would like to sell, they are on sale, and they would like to get rid of them. And this is an additional part apart from show, and I don't want this event to be extended more than 10 minutes. So so I'm afraid just anyone, please tell me when 10 minutes are done. Then he says, oh, wish I'd brought the watch. Why don't you just borrow me a watch for a moment? He takes the watch, and rather than putting it on his wrist, he just admires it for a while and just wraps it in a piece of cloth. Then he keeps it on the table and says, okay, the first item on the list is for sale is gentleman's watch. Now everyone is laughing, and he said, no, it's written on the list. And he says, okay, $5 is the starting point. Anyone? Six. And now he's hammering just next to it randomly without even seeing it. And everyone else. So they are having afraid there's a moment of tension where his hammer can break the borrowed watch from the audience, and he's just doing it carelessly. And by the end, he just hammers it right where it was wrapped, and then he says, "Ooh!" And then the next moment, even the table is dismantled by itself. And then a sweeper came, who also happens to be a great magician, and he acts like a stranger, like he doesn't care, and his identity is unknown for the set. He just sweeps the entire thing, and now the magician, Tommy Wonder, calculates the amount. He says, okay, here are the few cents you can have for your watch. Apologies for breaking it. Now there's one box which has never been touched right from the beginning, and even later he's not touching it. There was a piece of cloth tied to the box, and from that he is holding it and nears it away to one of the member of the audience and hands him a key. He opens it, gets an alarm clock. He's delighted. Okay, at least I got the alarm clock. And the Tommy Wonder says, and inside the alarm clock there's a clockwork. Why don't you just open it and see what is there? Everyone is excited in anticipation whether the watch can be inside that clock, and to their amazement, there is the clock which was borrowed in the minute first. And everyone is so much excited and just having tears out of his smiling and laughing. Imagine the multiple tricks performed by many magicians which are with no purpose. That's when it starts appearing trivial and doesn't make sense. Then the Tommy Wonder describes the triviality as well as the importance and reason of doing a magic. They say the intellectual portion of the audience is never interested in seeing the stupid magic, and that's what most of the magicians are doing out there. They want the trick to be just displayed in the crude form, and even if they are displaying their dexterity, audience is nowhere interested in what they are witnessing. So what you can do? You can change the color of card. So what? So this kind of question arises from the fact that there was no purpose of the magic. It was just shown for the sake of he can do it and the audience cannot. And this can be taken from the point of view that it indirectly offends the audience, that this guy is trying to be smart. That's what Tommy Wonder says. Whenever you do, just try to think of a reason why you would like to do the trick, or why you're rather forced to do the trick. And if you find a reasonable reason and logic behind your magic, you will be miles ahead of from many of the magicians. That's what he says. And when your magic has such a pure intellectual essence, or reason, a logic, then it will start appealing to the intellectual portion of the society. That's what differentiates a great magician from the average one. Even when the greater one is having the simple skills when it comes to sleight of hand, and that other person is relying more on hand dexterity. That's what matters. So there are a lot of lessons to be learned from Tommy Wonder, and he has taught me so many things in so little space that I'm really impressed, and it's also practical. Love him, and he has become my idol in recent times. Earlier it used to be Ricky Jay, now it's Tommy Wonder. Such a smart and purest artist of magic. So that's all from my side today. There you go. Bye.